Systems of linear equations and several variables, part 2. Let's look at how we can set up systems of 3 equations, 3 unknowns. In these examples, we will be looking at word problems. Cindy wants to invest $50,000. Her financial advisor advises her to invest in 3 types of accounts, one paying 3%, one paying 5.5%, one paying 9% simple interest per year. Cindy wants to put twice as much in the low-yielding, less risky account as the high-yielding account. How much should she invest in each account to achieve the total annual return of $25.40? Okay, application problems, remember to read through a few times. You want to be sure that you know what you're solving for. And in this case, we want to know how much should we invest in each account. Okay, so what accounts does she have? She has one at 3, one at 5.5, and one at 9% interest. So let's get some variables set up. We'll say X is the dollar amount at 3%. Y would be the dollar amount at 5.5%. And Z will be the dollar amount at 9%. Okay, equation number 1. Cindy wants to invest $50,000. Okay, so equation number 1 then becomes X plus Y plus Z is equal to 50,000. Okay, let's look at other hints of problems. Okay, so she wants to put twice as much in the lowest yield than the highest yield. Okay, so that means the lowest yield is going to be twice the highest yield. Okay, so in terms of our variables, the lowest yield is X, the highest yield is Z. The highest yield was 9%. That's going to be Z. So there's our equation. So we're going to say X minus 2Z is equal to 0. Okay. All right, one more equation to go. Let's see, she has total annual interest, total annual return, total annual interest of $25.40. Okay, so $25.40 is interest, and we had seen in other problems where we say interest is equal to principal times rate times time. Now, annual time is going to be 1 year. Okay, so we're going to say the interest from the 3% plus the interest from the 5.5% plus the interest from the 9%. That's going to add up to the total interest of $25.40. In terms of our variable interest at 3%, we're going to say principal, which is X, times rate, which is 3% turned into a decimal, times time, which is 1. There's the interest from the first part. Okay, 5%, 5.5%. Okay, so principal times interest rate turned into a decimal, times time, which is 1 year, and then we're going to have one more. Principal, Z, interest rate 0.09, annual 1 year, and that's what's going to equal the $25.40. And there's our third equation. Let me go ahead and clean that up over here. So we're going to say 0.3x plus 0.055y plus 0.09z is equal to 2540. Okay, let's get this put into our calculator. Okay, so we're putting our system into matrix A, our REF matrix A. Here's our X, Y, Z, other side of the equal sign. And so we get X is 28,000. Notice X was that 3%. So we're going to say 28,000 at 3%. Pen is not writing well. Okay, Y was our investment at 5.5%. So we're going to say 8,000 at 5.5%. Okay, and then lastly, this is our Z. Z is 14,000. That was our amount at 9%. So 14,000 at 9%. Okay, and just a quick check. Cindy wanted to invest 50,000. If we were to add all this up, 28 and 8 would be 36. 36 and 14 would be 50,000. So that's kind of our first check that everything was pretty good. Then we wanted twice as much in the low yield. So here's the high yield, 14,000 times 2 would be 28. That would be twice as much as in the low yield as in the high yield. So just a quick visual. Does my answer make sense?